Hey! Bros, you try!
Yeah, you try. That will help you. Get the ball.
A busy afternoon in Minna, Niger State. Customers eating at a popular restaurant. Cars pulling in and out of the parking lot. Then suddenly, two masked men opened the door of a parked car. But what happened next looked less like a robbery and more like a movie scene. Instead of surrendering, the victim fought back. Within seconds, bullets were flying. And for several tense minutes, a civilian and armed robbers exchanged gunfire in broad daylight. Tonight on Crime HQ, we break down the dramatic robbery that left a restaurant parking lot looking like a crime thriller and the shocking details that followed. It was around 3 p.m. on Friday, March 6th in the city of Minna, the capital of Niger State. The location was a popular spot known locally as Iya Femi Restaurant, situated along Shiroro Road, one of the busy areas within the metropolis. According to police reports, the victim had just come from a bank. He was carrying a significant amount of cash, approximately 10 million. Unbeknownst to him, someone had been watching. Investigators believe the robbers trailed him from the bank. In many Nigerian cities, this tactic is known as follow-follow robbery, where criminals track individuals withdrawing large sums of money before striking. And on this day, the suspects had already chosen their moment. After arriving at the restaurant, the victim parked his vehicle. Perhaps he planned to eat. Maybe he was meeting someone. But before he could even step out of the car, two men appeared. One was dressed in white clothing and wearing a face mask. The other wore a black hoodie. Within seconds, they approached the car. One of them opened the door. At that moment, it became clear. This was not a random confrontation. It was a robbery. And the attackers were armed. Most people, when confronted by armed robbers, would freeze. Some would comply. Others might panic. But according to the CCTV footage, police findings, and eyewitness accounts, this victim did something extraordinary. He fought back. During the confrontation, he reportedly managed to wrestle a rifle from one of the robbers. Suddenly, the balance of power shifted. Now the victim was armed. What followed was something rarely seen outside action films. An exchange of gunfire. Right there in the restaurant parking area. In broad daylight. Witnesses nearby were thrown into panic. Some reportedly ran for cover. Others hid behind vehicles and walls. For a few chaotic moments, the situation turned into a real-life gun battle. At some point during the confrontation, the victim reportedly fired at the robber's vehicle. Investigators believe he shot at the tire, possibly trying to disable their getaway car. If successful, it would have made escape much harder for the attackers. It was a bold move. But the robbers were determined, and they were not acting alone. Despite the victim's resistance, the attackers eventually regained control of the situation. The victim had courage, but courage alone could not overcome the numbers. According to police reports, the robbers eventually overpowered him. The man was forced to run for safety as the criminals seized control. They took the 10 million naira cash, the victim's vehicle, but something unexpected happened before they escaped. The robbers abandoned their own vehicle at the scene. Instead, they fled using the victim's car. This decision would later become a key piece of evidence for investigators. Shortly after the incident, authorities were alerted. Police operatives from the Tudunwada division quickly moved to the scene. What they discovered provided crucial leads. According to Niger State Police Command spokesman Superintendent Wasiu Abiodun, officers recovered the robbers' abandoned vehicle, one rifle used in the robbery. The recovery of the weapon was significant. It suggested that during the confrontation, the victim had indeed managed to disarm one of the attackers. Investigators also reported that the victim may have shot one of the robbers during the exchange. If confirmed, that detail could help authorities identify suspects seeking medical treatment for gunshot wounds. This case highlights a troubling trend across parts of Nigeria. Robbers increasingly target individuals leaving banks. The method is simple but effective. Observe customers withdrawing large sums of money. Follow them discreetly. attack once they reach a less secure location. Experts say these criminals often work in coordinated teams. One group monitors the bank, another group executes the robbery, and sometimes a third group handles the escape. It's a system designed to strike quickly and disappear before police arrive. The victim's bravery in this case has drawn attention online. Many people have praised his courage, but security experts warn that fighting armed robbers can be extremely dangerous. In many situations, resistance can escalate violence. However, every robbery situation is different. Some victims instinctively defend themselves. Others comply in hopes of minimizing harm. What made this incident extraordinary was the length of the confrontation and the fact that the victim managed to disarm one of the attackers. As of the latest updates, police investigations are ongoing. Authorities are analyzing the abandoned vehicle, the recovered rifle, witness statements, the CCTV footage from the business's premises. Investigators are also monitoring hospitals and clinics for individuals seeking treatment for gunshot wounds. If one of the suspects was indeed injured, that could provide a critical breakthrough. This robbery is a reminder of several harsh realities. Carrying large amounts of cash in public can make individuals targets. Criminal networks are constantly watching banks and financial institutions. And sometimes, crime can unfold in the most unexpected places, even in broad daylight at a busy restaurant. For the victim in this case, survival came down to a mix of courage, quick thinking, and luck. But the story is far from over. Because somewhere out there, the suspects who carried out this dramatic robbery are still being hunted. A daylight ambush, a civilian fighting back, gunfire in a restaurant parking lot, and a 10 million naira robbery that looked like something out of a movie. But behind the dramatic scenes lies a serious criminal investigation. The Niger State Police Command says efforts are ongoing to track down the suspects and recover the stolen money and vehicle. Until then, one question remains. Was this robbery simply a carefully planned bank follow attack, or part of a larger criminal network operating in the region? This is Crime HQ, where we go beyond the headlines and uncover the stories behind the crimes.
Yes. He don't shoot the car here now. It's still a shoot. That one we were white. Really the fire.
They carry your motor, come out. Okay. They carry your motor. They carry your motor. Hi. You be a man. You be a man. Ross is dry. Hey. Ross is dry.